Hello Malcolm, this is Simon from Ingram Cars. I would just like to say thank you very much indeed for purchasing your lovely new Toyota Aygo. This is just a brief video just to help you familiarise with the controls and functions of the vehicle. First of all, we have two keys. We have the master key here, which has a little silver button that you can press to bring the key out. And you have two buttons so you can unlock or lock the vehicle. The spare key here doesn't have any buttons, but can be used manually. Okay, so going to the vehicle here, first of all, we will have a look inside. Before we sit inside, you'll see there are two buttons here. These are your electric windows. It's a push-pull affair. This one here works your driver's window, and this one the passenger window. And of course, you can lock the vehicle from inside by pressing this button just here. That's useful because when you're in the vehicle, this keeps the whole car locked, including the boot. Just down here, we have your electric mirrors. You have left and right, and you press the buttons to correspond. This is to adjust the headlamp beam down, which is very useful if you have excess weight in the back of the vehicle or extra passengers in the back of the vehicle, or indeed if it's foggy, you can bring the headlamp beam down so you don't get the wall of fog. But it should be on 0 is normal. This lever here opens the fuel filler cap. And this button here is the stability control or traction control. This should always remain on, but it can be switched off, for example, if you're driving through heavy snow. As we've pulled the fuel filler cap, I'll just bring you round to the back of the vehicle. And as you can see, that opens. And you just, I could do with 3 hands today. Swap hands here, and then you just unscrew, and you'll see it's on a handy hanger there, so you can hang that there if you wish so you don't lose it, and click it back, and that's done. And coming to the boot, to open, of course, you press the button here, and inside you'll notice a lever here. That's to, if you pull that, that will fold the seats down, and there's one the other side because you have split folding seats. And underneath the big carpet, there's no spare wheel in this vehicle, as we mentioned before, but you do have a puncture repair kit and the bottle of sealant, which connects up. There's 2 leads at the back of this one. One goes into the 12-volt socket, the other one goes into the sealant, and you simply connect that to the tyre, the flat tyre, the punctured tyre, and it will inflate it and will get you home. All the full instructions are on the unit there. Okay, so coming back into the vehicle. We'll just start it up. There we go. So you'll notice when you start the vehicle, everything is illuminated, whether the lights are on or not. And you also have daytime running lights. So it's worth considering that at night time, you may think your lights are on. The only way to tell if your lights are on or not is when you turn them on, you'll see, make sure the little green indicator light's on there. The light controls and fog lights are what you're used to with your current vehicle, as are the wipers, front and rear wipers there. Inside the dashboard binnacle here, you have outside temperature, mileage, and just down here is your fuel gauge. You'll see the picture of a fuel pump and an arrow pointing to the left. That's to remind you when you come into a fuel station that the cap's on that side, which is quite useful. The 2 lights on here, that one's just showing the handbrake is on, and this one is because I haven't put my seatbelt on as we're stationary. On the steering wheel here, we have some buttons on the left. This is to adjust the volume of your radio, and you can change radio stations, and you can change here between radio and Bluetooth, etc. And on the other side, when your phone's connected, this is so you can answer or hang up on your phone. And of course, the horn's in the middle there. Okay. So just down here, you'll see we have your heater controls. You have your 4-speed fan, and you have your cold and hot. And then down here is your air conditioning and your heated back window. And here are the controls, so you can go from your feet or to the screen. And you have air recirculation or fresh air coming in from outside. And further down, you have here, if you can see, I'll try and get the camera down there, you have your 12-volt socket, so you can put your charger in there, and you have a USB and an auxiliary socket there as well. Okay, oh, and of course we have your hazard lights. And just here, of course, we have your radio, which you can turn the volume there, and of course you have all the presets. Okay, so that's your volume and on and off. And if you press this lower button, this will open up a different menu. And as you can see, you have phone, audio source. So if you want radio or USB, or this one you press to connect your phone. So with your phone, you would search devices and it will come up vehicle or Toyota Aygo, and then you compare it. It will come up with on-screen instructions to do that. It's actually quite straightforward. You have car information. It's like a trip computer. Okay, and let's go back here and setup. You have general, audio, display. Okay, there's Bluetooth again. Okay, and if you go to general, you can change the clock, you can stop it making beeps, etc. All the controls are in the handbooks, which are in the vehicle. If you're not sure about anything on here, just give me a call and I'll be very happy to show you. But there are the basic functions. And as you can see there, you've got FM, AM, DAB, and Bluetooth. And if your USB is connected, that would illuminate. Okay, I hope that helps. And if we press that one, you go back to the radio. Okay, I think that's roughly about it. The light I've just spotted, the light on here, that always remains on. That's just a warning sign to say that the passenger airbag is on, because it's switchable. That will always stay on. And then just inside here, you'll see just up in the glove box there's a key socket, and you put the ignition key in there to turn the passenger airbag on or off. That's if you have a rear facing child seat on the passenger seat, you would need to turn it off. That's the only reason. Next to that, I've just noticed and nearly forgot, so glad I checked. It says set. There's a little button there. This car has tyre pressure monitoring system, so if you get a puncture, it will illuminate an amber light on the dashboard. Once you've fixed your puncture or increased the tyre pressure, you press and hold this set button for 3 seconds, and that will reset the tyre pressure warning system. There we are. I hope that helps in some way, but if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much indeed.